It's your boy Joe Spasm, aka Terry Wire, aka Terry Pablo, aka, you know what I'm saying? I'm Thief by Tribe. Okay. I hail from Nasarawa State, but originally from Benue State. So I grew up on music like, Majek Fashek, Michael Jackson. I went from miming my favorite rappers at that time.
Okay.
Elokuja was one of them. To now doing my own rap music special.
Exactly.
We can talk about anything on a rap record. It's like having your therapy session with yourself. I grew up in Kaduna State, and I carry that with me everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? J-Town is a part of me as well. You know how depressing it is when you are such a genius and you feel you deserve so much more and you don't get it. I've been through so much drama, so much chaos and everything. Everybody has been through, people that are close to me, I know about my struggles and everything. Even just being a northern artist, trying to make it in Lagos alone. It's a whole movie. Shout out to Lamide, shout out to Reminisce, shout out to Mode 9, the great. But I feel the North has so much. I'm saying this with passion, you understand? You see the passion in my voice. Terry the Rapman is a brand name. And first of all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to sound like Frank Lucas, but I am hip-hop. Which camera am I supposed to focus on? This one, right?
Yeah.
Yo, if you're a billionaire watching this right now, Terry the Rapman is the brand right now. And I'm not just saying this because I'm trying to sell myself. The songs are out there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Tsunami is hot, Sexy Naija Boy is hot. The name says so much for itself. It's time to bring sexy back into rap music, you know what I'm saying? If you like rap music, you like rap music? Okay, invest in rap music. Put money where your mouth is.
Gentlemen and ladies, make welcome Terry, the Rapman.
Hello, people. It's your boy Joe Spasm, aka Terry Wire, aka Terry Pablo, aka, you know what I'm saying? We're right here, man. We're live.
A lot of the AKAs, man.
Yeah. God bless his soul, aka,
Yeah.
Yeah. That was one of my favorite rappers.
Terry Rapman is one name that if you have been a hip-hop head all the while, you can't help but know. Terry, can we get to meet you more personally?
Yeah, I go by the name Tehumba Terry Madaki. I'm Thief by Tribe. Okay. I hail from Nasarawa State, but originally from Benue State.
Okay.
You understand? That was before Nasarawa State was created. Okay. Yeah. Because I like to trace it back to the roots, yeah. So I'm the firstborn of 3 kids. My dad was a salesman with Nigerian breweries.
Okay.
Yeah, the famous Nigerian breweries.
Okay.
Yes. My mom was a businesswoman, and what else can I say? I got into rap music at an early age. Before then I was just basically like the regular kid, Nigerian kid growing up in any Nigerian ghetto. All right, because I wouldn't say we were too poor, but then again we were not too rich. You understand? Okay. And like we were talking earlier before I got here, I don't know if there's anything like middle class anymore. Back then, at least there was that kind of middle class. You're getting by enough to pay for school fees well and everything. Exactly. But you were not rich. You understand? Yeah. That's how we were. When I never really complained of anything, my dad always paid my school fees on time and everything. But the only problem I had was, my dad didn't want me always playing in the ghetto with the kids, not because he didn't want me to have my childhood experiences and everything, but he was just afraid of, we all know we're living in a society where like there are goods and bads, things happen all the time.
You were just being protective.
You understand? Okay. Yeah. So my dad was a little protective, he was like, yo, you gotta play ball, but let's do it inside the compound, don't do it outside with the kids and everything. But the thing is, whether he liked it or not, I still mingled with kids
Outside.
from different walks of life in secondary and primary school. You understand?
Okay.
And growing up in the north, I was actually born in Kano.
Okay.
But I was raised my whole life, like almost 25 years, in Kaduna State.
KD.
Yeah. But I was born in Kano, funny enough, Sabongeri.
Okay.
But growing up in the north, there's a lot of hip hop influence,
Okay.
and even though I grew up on music like Majek Fashek, Michael Jackson, everybody else grew up on Michael
Your
Jackson.
dad was playing all those.
Everything, from Lionel Richie to Diana Ross. Everybody that was just hot in the disco scene that time, from the 70s to the 80s,
Okay.
So even though I was not really part of that era, he had all those LPs that I could, listen to over and over again and everything. And that time it was LPs that we had, so we could just be, whenever my dad goes to work, and of course, we'll be listening to it and all that. And I loved music. I just listened to music all day and be dancing whenever I'm back from school and everything. And it wasn't until when I got into secondary school and I fell in love with hip hop music.
Okay.
And then the rest is history.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who particularly would you say made you fall in love with hip hop?
I think for me it was LL Cool James. Y'all know.
Ladies love Cool
Ivan,
James.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't get any cooler than that. Before him, of course, there, the Public Enemy, KRS Ones, the Rakims, the greats, the Allah. Who again? There's so many, even, but I didn't really listen to the early 80s hip hop like that. You understand?
Okay.
It was much later. I discovered it in the 90s.
In the 90s, you're more
so
like the 90s.
Naughty by Nature, Heavy D, bro, this is a Notorious B.I.G., Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Wu-Tang Clan. You can't forget Wu-Tang Clan. They were just for the babies. So I grew up on that and everything. And then, a reason why I connected with the music, in as much as they were American rappers.
Yeah.
Me as a Nigerian, I was thinking everything in Yankee is soft. You understand? They didn't have any ghetto like everywhere. So, because when you're watching Hollywood movies, there's a misrepresentation. You feel everything is just cool. You know what I'm saying? But I saw that there was a ghetto side and everything, apart from the suburbs and all. And I related. I connected with their struggles, the pains and everything. And I loved hip hop music ever since then. And I was like, okay, I went from miming my favorite rappers at that time.
Okay.
LL Cool J was one of them. To now doing my own song, because one day I just sat down to myself. My dad bought me boombox tape recorder.
Okay.
2 twin tape recorder. You understand? With the Jack Michael. And that was just
what is it called? Double decker.
Yeah. So I was just so happy about that, because I was like, okay, I can actually experiment. This was before I actually started recording in studios.
Okay.
I started recording on tape deck. You understand? And I had the mic because I wanted to hear how my voice sounded. I was so shy that time, and I was like, this rap thing. As much as I used to write rhymes, I didn't used to spit them out like that. You get? So when I first tried it, I heard myself. I hated my voice the first time.
You hated your voice?
I hated my voice.
Why?
I don't know. It's just, I just felt like this sound gangster enough. Like I'm hearing them Snoop. I'm sounding like one. But anyway, I started developing my talent.
Okay.
I started working on myself, and I had a DJ friend, that I used to go to and rent some of the best mixes and instrumentals and everything, so that's how I started sharpening my skills before I go into the studio. So my life, basically, I was like I was a nerd trying to fit in, and I didn't engage much in sports. I was a little shy, but every once in a while, just for recreation, you just play street ball, with folks and all that and everything. But I think I was an okay kid, you know, apart from the fact that I was restless. I used to get in trouble a lot because I was a young kid and I was frail. I couldn't even fight for myself, you know. So and rap music helped me escape from all that.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
How?
You know, I was going through a lot, you know. Sometimes even like I was explaining, you know, as a kid growing up in the streets, you get tested so many times. Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure, you know,
I have my share.
I don't know your story, but I can growing up in KD, I'm sure you must have experienced some of this. You know, when you go to school, it is like another world. You're meeting people from different, you know, walks of life,
exactly,
backgrounds, and all kind of stuff and everything. You know, I got bullied, I got harassed, I went through life. You understand? I had elder brothers. I had uncles that were putting me on through life and everything, and some of the lessons that I couldn't get from my parents, I had to learn from the streets, you know. So, and that was like the hard way and everything. And why I related to hip hop music was because, you know, like I grew up listening to pop music, disco, and all that, which was about love, romance, and you feel everything is a fantasy and everything.
Soft part of life.
Rap brought the reality, and I was like, oh my god! So these guys are talking about real things that are happening. You understand? Okay. And this is me from Nigeria, Africa, relating to some of their struggles. Like, oh, okay, these people feel insecurity too. Okay, I think white people, everything is all good there and everything. They sold it to us like, you know, the American dream, you know, God's own country and everything. So you feel everything is like heaven there and all that. But I realized there was a ghetto there as well. The whole world got a ghetto. And hip hop was just something I just connected with, you know. And then I started learning how to record in studios, mastering my craft and everything. And I created a small name in Kaduna State, you know. People started knowing me as Terry the Rapman. I had a group at that time, Croc City Click. Yeah, but later I went solo.
You formed the group yourself?
No. They were my friends. They were my friends. These were crew that I used to roll with, you know, like you just have close friends around you. You understand? And that time, you know, there was this whole thing about cliques. You know, everybody had a rap group. Like I said, I mentioned Naughty by Nature. So we wanted to, even though we were individual rappers as ourselves, we decided to start a clique. You know? And we called it Croc City Click.
Croc City Click.
Yeah, you know. So I made a little name. I even got to OG status. You know, I went to a lot of rap battles and I won none. I swear, I won none. That's when I tell people about my hip hop struggles, like I went through it the hard way.
Right now, would you consider yourself a battle MC? Since you lost all your battles.
I wouldn't call myself battle MC, but I rose through the ranks of battling because that time I wasn't only doing rap as a rapper. I was studying the culture. So I learned about the fundamentals. DJing, you know, and I learned that in order to create your name in your, first of all, in your community, and then your states, you had to go and battle other people. You know, it was just a thing that it's evident. It's a culture in hip hop and all that, you know. So it was part, whether even as much as I lost some of the battles, I made a name there because people were like, man, you should have won, bro. You're tight and everything.
Why do you think you lost?
Now I don't know, maybe because I wasn't ready, but one thing I learned, and now I noticed this.
Maybe you weren't as petty. Yes. You know, petty guys win.
Okay, yeah. Like, one thing I know about me, like right from time, I always had a sharp mouth. I always had people hear my lyrics and be like, Terry, man, you don't start again. This is your sharp mouth. Yeah. But regardless of whether I won or not, now being older, I just realized it didn't matter.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Whether I won or not, it was all things that were shaping me to be the rapper that I am.
Okay.
Now, even as much as I am not a battle rapper, I'm now in the industry with that sharp wit and doggedness I got from battle rapping. So I wouldn't, if I'm getting on the song, even if it's, I'm trying to make sure that I I'm nice on the track with my pen. You understand? Because one thing about battling, it sharpens your skills.
Yeah, exactly.
Your penning skills. You
Very
understand?
true.
So I didn't even know that I was going through training.
Okay.
All that time, you understand?
Okay.
This is just the Kaduna chapter. There was the Abuja chapter, there was the Jos chapter, there was Lagos and all that you get. So it sharpened me over the time, and I didn't even know that, So when I'm writing my lyrics, I'm not writing just writing, I put, people will hear it and they're like, okay, the guy is a good songwriter as well and everything,
Okay.
Yeah, so I just got into music, and especially when I came into Lagos, I realized it was a whole ball game. It's not just about talent.
It was beyond just talent.
It's beyond talent.
So when you got to Lagos, what new things did you learn readily?
Yeah. First of all, I realized that business is war.
War.
Yes, war in the sense that it's actually a Japanese proverb. Yeah, it's a Japanese proverb. Now, in business, you don't expect everybody to love you. You understand? You can't go there thinking, everybody. You understand?
Yeah,
Everybody's Pick the people that align with your vision.
Okay.
You understand? And then go with that.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
You can't be feeling like, when I came to Lagos with so much naivety. You understand? I was like a little child. I just felt like, let me just go to everybody that I know, or I've heard his record or a single or anything. I'll just go to their doors asking for a collab and everything. And so most times I got turned down, and I didn't understand why. You understand? Growing up in the north, I don't know whether it's like that in other cultures. We have this whole brotherhood thing, and we got it from the Hausas.
And you thought it was like that everywhere?
Yes. My mom used to make us eat from the same bowl or tray. And I never used to understand that. I used to be like, I'm the firstborn now, can't I have my own plates? Because we had so many plates that we could eat from and everything.
So why
it
would
was like,
share?
all of us should eat from the same this thing. You understand? As much as I hated it, and I realized that it was a culture she was trying to imbibe in us. Togetherness. You understand? I got to learn that much later in life and all that. So when I came to Lagos, I came with that mindset like, okay, all brotherhood. Oh man, big bass boost. He shocked me. I say Lagos, bro. No before here, we should understand. That was my first lessons.
Man.
I'm still learning. I'm like, I've been like 20 years plus deep in the game, and I'm still learning. I'm like, trust me. Now you have a whole ball game and everything. And we're just talking about this was in 2005. When I came into Lagos, you understand? This bass boost and everything. And now. But in 2026, it's a whole different ball game. You understand? The music industry has changed from what it used to be. You understand? And now where I've gone from CDs to streaming, and you gotta learn how to promote your music, not just in the streets. I think the streets now, everything is digital now. So you have to learn how to promote yourself constantly. Learn to be a digital content creator.
I was going to ask you, you understand, being an OG in the game, what shock did you experience transiting from analog to digital? Just like you rightly mentioned, it was about sales of CDs manually, and then now it's about numbers, streams, and stuff. So how did that hit you?
Yeah, first of all, it didn't hit me immediately.
Okay.
So you understand?
Yeah.
Because even Alaba, it took them a while to adjust. Sometimes when there's a cultural paradigm shift or whatever shifts,
it takes a while.
It takes a while because people see, as much as like change is good, it takes a while for people to adjust to change. It's not easy when you're used to a particular thing, especially when it's like over a decade plus.
Yeah,
you understand? Yes, and I'm saying this for the millennials and the Gen X's. When a lot of things started changing, it took a while for people to adjust and everything. Like, oh, okay, it's streaming now and everything. You get even the Alaba people had a lot of online websites that they were trying to sell, but it probably didn't work out and everything, and now the reality is it's Spotify, it's Apple Music, it's so you have to find ways to now sell your music digitally, because people are more on the phone now.
Exactly.
Yeah, you understand?
On the go.
I don't know whether the TV and radio have as much impact as it used to.
Not as
you understand?
much.
Because that time that was all we depended on.
That I can authoritatively tell you.
So I'm telling you the difference. During our time, that was what we depended on.
Okay.
It was so bad that, like, if you didn't have a radio or TV friend, you won't blow.
Like,
you have to make friends. We will not get money. We will not get money. We have to look for friends, man. Okay. We'll like make friends with guys like, hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? And pray to God that he vibes with your music. And and then you'll be able to just play your music. And then, if you feel the need to just okay, Baba, thank you so much. Yeah. So I had to learn how to adjust and everything. And one of the things I suffered was a lot of money that was supposed to go into my pocket did not go into, because I did not learn on time. You understand? I was just there. I had tons of my catalog on digital. You mean your ignorance was taken advantage of? Yes, it was actually. Okay. It really was. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, and was it by a record label you signed a deal with, or?
From record labels to digital platforms. You understand? You understand? Okay. I am very sure there's so many royalty payment that I am owed that have not been paid for.
Okay.
You get? I know that for sure.
Do you think someone out there is owing you?
I know that for sure, but I just don't have evidence. I just don't have proof. The other time I was scrolling through my timeline, right? Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story. I was scrolling through my timeline. I don't know how true this story is. I saw Snoop was on a podcast like this, and he was talking about how he has like over 1 billion streams, and then what he got paid was far less. And the way he said it with, sometimes I checked the voice tone as well. He was hurt. You understand? And I was like, that was one of the things that hit me as well. I was like, okay, let me check and everything. You send an email and everything, and then they send reports every quarterly, right? Okay. I'm telling you for a fact that I have not so much as gotten any musical, or shall we say, royalty reports from any DSP for the past 5 years or so.
Wow.
You understand? So much as even a check. You understand? Wow. I'm telling you, for real. And I know I have tons of music that has been on, and you know what? Because I learned a little late, people I was working with, it was on different platforms.
Okay.
Different platforms, scattered all over. You understand? Mixtapes, albums, EPs, all over the place and everything. There were deals I signed without even cross-checking with a lawyer.
Wow.
You understand? That time we were just doing music and everything. But there was ignorance as well. You understand? So some of this that you would have cross-checked with a lawyer before you get. But that time we were just so hungry. You get.
Let me just be out there.
Yeah, and I was like, the only source I had for checking whether I was my songs are buzzing or I'm doing well in the streets and everything was Alaba.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the only way.
How did Alaba?
No, they gave me a good response. I won't like.
Gave you feedback, as in reliable feedback. How?
Reliable? No, it's them directly.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay. But when you are getting calls from fans that have bought your CD and everything, and then for us, we had a number that we put at the back of the CD.
Okay.
You understand? And it was one of my manager's numbers.
Okay, more like your contact.
Because that's how you're trying to book for shows, get shows now. So apart from the numerous contacts, that will be there, of course the marketer will have his brand on it and everything. You put your management number and everything in case anybody wants to call you for a show or anything. You get, and you use that to track where your music has gone to.
Okay.
You get, and I won't lie, I got.
So besides this contact number, I would like to know which other means do you have of.
I had an email of course.
Getting to know what numbers you are making. Like now streams. the numbers are readily there. You just know it that these are the numbers I'm making. You understand?
But then again, those numbers. Okay.
When it was manually CD selling, you understand?
Yeah.
How did you manage to get to know what numbers you were making and in what geographical location you were making those numbers?
I won't lie, it was more like 70%. You understand? Because you cannot be 100%.
Okay.
Let's not lie. Not lie. A lot of these Alaba marketers were not truthful to us. You could sell like 5 million and he could tell you that, man, 3 million he sell. Or he could even tell you that it's 500K. You understand? But you just take what he said.
Okay.
But then again, the only way we used was just measuring the buzz. I was I got shows in the east, the north, the west.
Yes.
I was doing shows in Ibadan.
Yes.
You understand? And this was like in the same year the album dropped.
Okay.
You understand? If you're not buzzing, nobody's gonna call you for nothing. You understand? And we were smart enough to put our contacts there and everything. I had the most buzzing or smiling merchandise I was also selling. And smart of me and the person I was working with at that time, Mega Funk Records, we devised a way to sell the brand with the album. And I'm talking about that 2010 album, Boys Are Not Smiling. You understand?
Okay.
People would use the contact, anything they wanted to get, whether they get to the website or get the merchandise, they contacted that number. So you know that the person bought that CD for him to have that number.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As an OG, would you say that you are getting as much credit as you're supposed to get?
Well, I can't speak for anybody else. I'm going to speak for Terry the Rapman.
Terry, straight up.
Terry the Rapman has not gotten no credit. No whatsoever ever credit. I'm lying. Every once in a while I'm getting no credit? Listen. Every once in a while I go through my timeline and I'm seeing those debates, say top 10, top 5. You see, that's why I hate that thing, because it's an illusion. Online, it's something to just keep. I don't know what hip hop guys created that rule of, if you're not on that list and everything. There are a lot of guys that are not on any top 10 or top 15 lists or whatever. Until today, they're caking more than anybody that is on that list. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me give an example off the top of my head. Flow Rider.
Okay.
Flow Rider, you never see him in any good lists or any top 10 rappers and everything. This guy has some of the biggest bangers ever. You understand? And I'm talking about bangers that will even compete with a Jay-Z or whoever is hot in the game. You understand? Club jams, this one will be saying rap jam.
I get it.
So Flow Rider is not on any. And it's the reason why I'm saying this is because as much as I was one of the most talked about rappers as far as lyricism goes, or Terry is this, that, he's good, he's paved the way. Let me use that word again. OG status, legend. But I never really saw it capital wise. You understand? So that's where I judge it from. I don't look at it like, OG. Nobody cares about what you did in the past. Look at what you have now. Exactly. What are your assets? What do you have?
Very true.
Now, you understand? You get the skills that you have, the talent that God gave you.
Did it finally translate?
Did it translate into a Rolls Royce? Did it translate into the latest Tesla?
Okay.
That's what people, at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. So in other words, I did not blow as in compared to how much accolades I was given as an MC.
Okay.
You understand? There's not a doubt.
I'm talking about
there's no shadow of a doubt that Terry the Rapman is a great rapper, right?
Yeah.
But it has not yet translated to that stardom of, how would you say now? Let's say, am I selling out arenas? Am I selling out stadiums?
Why do you think it did not get to that?
Because I feel I just have not pushed myself to that limit yet. You understand? There's so many things that
was it your responsibility to push yourself to that level? You belong to a record label then.
Yes. When you see, I'm saying that all these things I'm just realizing. I don't want to say late because there's not such thing as late until you give up, right?
Do you think your record label did a good job with you, or
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
You think they did a bad job?
It was not. Yeah, I was not
let's
promoting.
Go straight up.
But it's the fact.
Did they do a bad job or a good job?
I'm not I without trying to sound like I'm trying to put the blame on anybody, because he also falls back on me as well and everything. I think I made wrong choices at that time.
Okay.
I was supposed to work with people that are sharks. I'm supposed to work with people that are not friends, people that are in the business, in the corporate business, that are like, Terry, let me sell you. Do you understand? You understand? But I had this, so I'm still referring back to coming from the north. I came to Lagos with a lot of naivety. You understand? That whole brother work with you, understand?
Business and friendship and
you
stuff.
Understand? Biggie said it one time in the lyric, and he said, friendship and family don't mix.
Exactly.
And I remember that time hearing it as a kid, and I was like, why would he say that? Because family is the closest thing. Sometimes family is closer than friends.
Exactly.
You understand? Yeah. Because these are the people that grew up with, know you from when you were a child and everything. You understand? So you can't do business with your family. But I got to understand over time that sometimes working with family, as much as they might not be the best people to work with business wise, is because they grew up with you. They've seen you the way you are
at your worst. They will never really see you like who you are. That's why they say a prophet is never known in his own hometown. Very true.
They don't see you when they're there. You say, I don't be Jesus will be capital picking. Why? No be him be Messiah now. We're waiting for somebody with the chariot of fire.
Exactly.
You understand? Yeah, that's just what it is. That's how human beings are. So you get somebody that can sell, water to the desert. Somebody that can sell fire to rain. Somebody that can do the impossible.
Exactly.
That person that can sell. Sure, you understand? There's a reason why Wizkid has Sunday Area as his manager. This was somebody that managed the great Sunny Ade.
Okay.
He managed Mohit Records at the time.
Okay.
So you understand? So he is experienced. This is Baba. You will not say Baba gets a lot of wealth in experience. You understand? So Wizkid knows what he's doing. She understand? So for me, I think I made a lot of bad decisions, and for now, coming back to Lagos, this is 8 years later. I have so much experience, but this time around, I'm gonna make sure I work with the right people. They could be family, they could be friends, but I will try and separate that. Don't use sentiments. Sentiments and business never work hand in hand.
What would you say has been the situation with you, and why is it that you took that long break that we all that kept us wondering, where is Terry? Where is Terry the Rapman? Stop. And where is Terry the Rapman right now?
Okay, like I mentioned earlier, I took a break from music. I took a break from everything, right? I left Lagos 8 years ago, went back to Abuja, and this was like, I think, around the COVID period.
2020.
Yes, and when you get to a point where you feel like nothing is just coming forward, having a lot of creative block.
Okay.
Yes, I could not even function properly and everything. I was going through a lot and everything. Even through life.
Sorry about that.
It happens to everybody. So I had to go through like a self-discovery and everything, and in the process of that journey, I discovered more things about myself.
Okay.
You understand? And what it did for me was it's made me discover my weaknesses and my strengths. And over time, I had to learn to work on those weaknesses and then those strengths, work on the strengths more, like amplify it. Sure, you understand?
Yeah.
So everybody in this life has something they are very, very good at. You understand? If you check it, everybody has one talent, something
Everybody
they're
has
just very
something they
good
are
at.
very good at.
Yeah,
Like
some people could just be, you could just be a sharp bad guy. Some people like, some people is strength, some people is beauty, some people is, maybe your aura. Some people is just that aura, what they bring to the table and all that.
Personality.
Yes, and in that journey, I got to discover my strengths and everything. And coming back to Lagos 8 years later, I am more. You remember I mentioned when I came to Lagos, I came with so much naivety. You understand? So this time around, I am more experienced. It's just like picture this: going back to school. You're an adult now, but then now you're going back to secondary school.
Exactly.
And then now they're putting in a class with your juniors, bro. You know more than them, but at the same time,
it's assured.
Yes, you have to learn because things have changed from that time to now and everything.
Exactly.
I found myself learning the game all over again, and it felt like as if I was a teenager all over again. I'm recording with young producers now. Something I never did way back. I only work with my peers.
Yeah, with your peers.
Because I'm trying to learn how they do it. You understand?
Okay.
Learn to see the world through their eyes.
Okay.
You understand? So while I'm with them, I conversate with them. I'm trying to see what is going on. It's not just really about like the latest slangs and everything, but see life through their eyes and everything. We were born in a generation that was different from theirs, but we share the same struggles.
Very true.
If there's anything we agree on, we share the same struggles. It's still the same poverty that's doing no SAPA.
The NEPA problem that has always been there.
Traffic, NEPA, oh my god, it's now PHCN or what they call it.
Very true.
Okay, whatever it's called now, we still go through a lot of power outage in Nigeria. It's been since 1960. Can you imagine? And this is something that is not only in Nigeria. I realized, it's a global thing. There are other countries too that go through that third world problems. So I realized like, okay, this time around, I'm approaching my music from a more humane point of view. You understand? Exactly. I'm not just only rapping as Terry Rapman, that legend or whatever. I am coming to you as a common man, a common Nigerian that goes through the same struggles as you. You understand? We have good times, we have bad times, but in those low times, how you manage it is very important. Because it's that point that you either lose it or not. You understand? Depending on how much pressure you are being.
Exactly.
Yeah, we all go through pressures in life and everything, and I never been anybody that believed in suicide, and I will never ever recommend it. You understand? Suicide is not an option. You get?
Suicide is not an option.
Yes. No matter what, even if you be beggar self, there is hope.
Should we be expecting any new works from Terry Rapman now?
Yeah. I've been working on since I came back to Lagos last year. I've been working with so many talented producers, you know what I'm saying? And I can't even count the number of songs I've recorded. Yeah, honestly, I like I said before I left Lagos, like I had that brain freeze. I just couldn't. I wasn't creative in my creative. Writer's block. So many things. I just was stuck. Okay. Yeah. So I've been able to record so many stuff. I don't know how many projects I might be able to put out, but I just know you guys should expect like so many projects. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It could be in the form of a mixtape, it could be an album, but so far I've released like 2 songs.
Okay, 2 songs.
2 songs, yeah. Last year
you mean we can readily have them online, right?
Definitely, yes. Okay. I have a song, there's Tsunami featuring Suni, that's out. It's amazing. You will check out that record. And there's Sexy Naija Boy, which I dropped this year.
Okay.
Yeah, crazy record. You know what I'm saying? The summer is mine, for real. Honestly, this year I've realized that I have to just take my brand to that next level. You understand? Okay. Yeah. I'm not trying to let people know what I can do again. I'm just telling my story. You understand? The best way I can, you know. And if you connect with the music, you connect with it. You understand? If you are not that kind of music, then it's okay. You get rap music. It's about reality. It's about that edgy. Like I was saying earlier, you understand? That's why that's what makes rap music special.
Exactly.
We can talk about anything on a rap record. It's like having your therapy session with yourself. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You know, and because everybody that's going through an experience, trust me, there are tons of people that are going through the same thing and everything, and they can relate to your struggle and everything. And I've never been that kind of preachy kind of rapper. You know, I've been that kind of person, like, okay, I'll tell you like it is. So for you to just make your judgment and say, okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I grew up to all kinds of music. I listened to gangster music, I listened to conscious music, I listened to political music. End of the day, as a smart person, you need to know what to sieve, what to take out of that. You know what I'm saying? You get, you can't be listening to some music and say, oh, these people literally do this, so me say about don't follow. That's just following a star blindly. You know what I'm saying? You don't. Yeah, you don't do that. You get, these are celebrities. That don't mean that they are like your gods or anything. You understand? Just learn from their mistakes. Learn from their stories and all that, you get. And for me, I just feel like I'm just here to just celebrate myself. You know what I'm saying? Terry the Rapman has been that urban legend right from the get-go. You know what I'm saying? I grew up from Kaduna. I grew up in Kaduna State, and I carry that with me everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? J-Town is a part of me as well, you know. And I'm glad that God has made me meet so many great people in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So I want to just share that with people, you know, because it's an amazing journey. And I feel in the near future, in 2050, people will hear it and are like, whoa. So you understand?
That sounds like we're still expecting.
And that's legacy to me. You. That's legacy to me.
Exactly. Yeah. Does Terry Rapman has any regrets?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you mentioned that word regret, because like I was talking about that self journey, it was part of the things I had to work on myself. Okay. I had a lot of regrets. Okay. You understand? It was part of this. Well, so many things, you know, my career as well was number one. I felt like, you know, you know how depressing it is when you are such a genius and you feel you deserve so much more and you don't get it. Exactly. You feel, you understand? I'm not just saying this as an artist, as a musician, even whatever walks of life. You know, your talent. What more than what you understand? It could be your salary self and everything. Like, you know, say you better pass this and everything. But I think it's all part of life as well. You're trying to, you know, it's to humble you so that you can work on your traits as well and everything, and become a better person, you know. So whatever it is, you know, I think it's God's time, and whatever the time, you know, like there's no concept. Time has no God doesn't see time as any limit. You understand? He created time. You understand? So it doesn't matter at whatever age. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Some people get it while they're very young, and then they lose it before their time of and everything. Some people could be much later and everything. You understand? So you just have to be a smart person to just know when it's that time, and when opportunity knocks. And you know, opportunity, that knock, it could even just come like a very. You have to be very attentive to know, you know, you have to be ready, wearing your Timberland boot laced with your shoes on to grab that opportunity. If not, it will just go by and everything, you know. Like Eminem said, you only get that one chance, don't lose it, you know what I'm saying? So lose yourself, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that opportunity I'm in that time where I'm maximizing everything I can. I've been through so much drama, so much chaos and everything. Everybody has been through, people that are close to me, I know about my struggles and everything. Even just being a northern artist, trying to make it in Lagos alone, it's a whole movie. It's a movie for real. It's a whole movie, because think about it. How many northern artists, forget rap, that have made it in Lagos? You understand? Talk less of rap. You understand? So the war's still going on. We just trying to get a break and everything. Shout out to the Yoruba rappers and everything. You guys are great, and some of them have actually put me on some platforms. Shout out to Olamide, shout out to Reminisce, shout out to Mode 9, the great. But I feel the North has so much. I'm saying this with passion, you understand? You see the passion in my voice.
You think the North is underrated?
Underrated is even, that's even using a light word. Now. Okay. You've been to Kano.
Yeah, exactly.
You've been to Katsina.
Very true.
You've been to Borno.
Yeah.
I've been to all these places and everything. I know the kind of rappers I have seen. You understand? I'll just be misty eyes, tears in my eyes, and I'm like, all these guys now. If I was like a billionaire now, I'll just ship them over to Lagos and everything and do what is right. But you don't have that kind of money to make it happen and everything. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You're still trying to get to that Don Jazzy status and everything you get. But there's so much talent. What I'm trying to say is there's so much talent in the North, and I can't do anything for the people that I can't put anybody on till I put myself on first.
Very true.
Blow up, then you can carry people on. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. I will end it on that note, and that's where I am at right now and everything. And I like to just let people know that it's been a crazy struggle, but at the same time, there is a lot
it's been worth it at the same time.
Yes, because now it's so much different from during our time. You guys have the internet now. You kids have the internet, and you can make yourself a star even without radio. And TV is good, but you can be a star without radio and TV.
And that brings me to my next question. You understand? Haven't had the experience that you had in the past. Now you are well informed, and then now with the technological advancements that we have on ground, of course, it's an advantage. So you coming with this wealth of experience, and then being aware of the opportunities that exist now technologically.
Yeah.
How much can you assure a billionaire that, let's say a billionaire that is ready now to say invest money on Terry the Rapman, knowing that Terry Rapman has been there, Terry Rapman has seen it all, Terry Rapman is still very much around and is still very much in shape and stuff. How much can you assure such a person that yes, Terry the Rapman is still worth investing a lot on?
Well, it's pretty much simple. Terry the Rapman is a brand name. And first of all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to sound like Frank Lucas, but I am hip hop. You understand? As much as I don't want to use my legendary status, OG status, or whatever, I have a fan base. First of all, I'm still a brand name, and I have shifted or impacted culture in many ways.
Yeah.
Boys Not Smiling is just one of them.
Just in case you're just getting to meet this man for the first time, have you ever heard Boys Are Not Smiling?
Yeah.
He coined that phrase.
Yeah, I coined the phrase. It was a popular phrase. No, it was a phrase.
Boys are not smiling.
And I want to put this out there. You know what I'm saying? It was a phrase that me and my homies used to just say among the house and everything. You understand? But for me to take that and make it a global thing, that is just major. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up listening to people like Jay-Z. And one of the things I like about Jay-Z is not because he's such a great rapper, but because that he could be able to impact culture so much. Button-up shirts, snapbacks, New York. You understand? Rock out. I mean, I
That
was
is J-
wearing
J
knock
for
off.
you.
I was wearing rocker wear, the ABBA version. Yes, that because I could not afford the original one. But I'm just telling you, as a kid from the street, how much impact Jay-Z had on me.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
People like Eminem, they shift the culture. You understand? And I always wanted to be like that. Not okay. Making money is good.
Yeah.
But do you impact people? When if you die tomorrow now, are people gonna say, okay, what's he do now? What? Sure, you understand?
Very true.
At least I know that there are a couple of things. Every time I check Google, I know that okay, Terry Rapman has something
Has
he did.
impacted, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I feel I've not even scratched the surface.
So, if you're out there and you are skeptical about investing on such a person as Terry the Rapman,
Yeah.
I tell you,
Okay.
you have no reason to
This
be
actually sounds like an advert right now. So, please, which camera am I supposed to focus on? This one, right?
Yeah.
Yo,
This one.
if you're a billionaire watching this right now, Terry the Rapman is the brand right now. And I'm not just saying this because I'm trying to sell myself. The songs are out there, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tsunami is hot. Sexy Naija Boy is hot. The name says so much for itself. It's time to bring sexy back into rap music. You know what I'm saying? If you like rap music, you like rap music? Okay. Invest in rap music. Put money where your mouth is. You know what I'm saying? There's so many. Naija has the best rappers ever. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of African countries are going to attack me for this, but it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Some of the greatest rappers I've met are from Nigeria.
Exactly.
That's just what it is.
Exactly. I'm talking about being attacked for saying the obvious.
You know, Africa, we always take this thing. We fight about jollof rice. So
This time around, it's not about jollof rice though. Talking about being attacked for saying the obvious. Wizkid, years back, had whatever reason that he had to say that rap was dead.
Yeah.
He's never been a rapper. Why?
No, he was actually a rapper.
Oh, he was.
His name was Lil Prince. Yeah.
Oh, he was.
A lot of people.
He started as a rapper.
You see that's
you are educating me now.
Yeah, Wizkid. Yeah, I mean, we knew him when he was a rapper. When he now made that transition into a singer and everything. You get.
Okay.
So I'm glad you even mentioned that.
Okay.
You did finish your question, right?
Yeah, I think you get what I'm trying to ask.
Yes, I already get into what you were saying and everything.
Exactly.
You get.
Why do you think?
But why were you asking that?
Say that?
Yes, I'm sure you're talking about what he mentioned about
what he
this.
said.
Yeah,
rap was dead.
Yes.
To me, he's never been a rapper.
Yeah.
To me, I'm still looking for reasons why probably he said what he said.
Yeah.
And I still could not be able to lay my hands on any.
Now, first of all, Wizkid was a former rapper, right? He was even in a group.
Should we now say
now?
that he
No,
failed
wait.
as a
I'm
rapper?
getting somewhere. I'm getting somewhere. Yeah, because I'm really. Yeah, I'm saying this from my heart.
Okay.
Now, one of these two songs I mentioned was called Tsunami, right?
And Tsunami.
I mentioned the line where I said Wizkid talks a rap not dead, couldn't relate, right? And now for me to say that, right? When you relate to somebody, the closeness you relate is family, and you understand, friendship or relate.
Exactly,
you understand, or you don't connect with this person. This person is talking. He's not yarning. He's yarning dust. She understand. I could not even fathom where he was coming from with that tweet. I see sometimes he just tweets things out of cruise. You understand? I follow him. You understand? We get it, cruise and everything. But you don't shit. Pardon my French. Shit on a whole genre. No, it's not allowed now. You understand? It's not cool. And in Nigeria, rappers always get shitted on. I don't like that. You understand? It started with the other time a couple of artists will go on interviews and next thing they just say, rap is dead. It's not. That's why I'm singing. Don't make excuses for why you're singing. Just say your thing.
Don't make excuses let it go. For your failure.
No, a lot of people do that. I've seen a lot of interviews. I'm not going to mention names and everything. Implying, and we've been pushing this narrative for almost 10 years. Rap is dead. Rap is dead. Rap is dead. And everywhere I look, people are still rapping.
Exactly.
You understand? Is Odomode Black? Is he singing?
No,
he's not rapping more than singing.
He's rapping.
Exactly. Emma, is he not rapping?
He's rapping. Black
Ice
Bones.
Prince is not rapping.
Yeah.
Vector need a rap.
He's rapping.
So what are we saying now? Even Drake just dropped an album and everything.
Exactly.
Drake was your friend. You're cool with Chris Brown. Chris Brown raps. You understand? Wizkid has featured with a lot of rappers as well and everything. Why you gonna say that? You understand? Sometimes you can say things out of cruise, but think about other people too now and everything. Yeah. So that was just me. I replied him like 3 years later and everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you know, as rappers, I believe I speak for a lot of rappers as well.
Exactly.
We're always like at the bottom of the food chain most of the time. You understand? And I think we allow it to happen. You understand? Yes, we know that, yeah, Afrobeats is the rave of the moment right now and everything. But the foundation was actually with hip hop, you know? It's still hip hop. If you mute any Afrobeats video, the dressing, the dress code, the, you know, everything, the posture, exactly, the way they flow and everything, it's rap, it's hip hop, you know what I'm saying? So come on, you don't disrespect that.
Terry Rapman is very much in the building. Like I told you earlier, I tell you what, he's just told us that he's got this song that is out, Tsunami
featuring Sunni.
I wish we would just have the feel of Tsunami.
All right,
Tsunami.
Can you play for us, DJ?
Oh yeah, play and let us have it.
All right. Surfing Kelly's way, Beyonce telling me to behave. No, Terry the Rapman na Baba, there's no debate. Whiskey talks a rap na there, couldn't relate. Enter the place like two Baba, they want implication with no application. Can I bust a metaphor? 5, 6, 7, 8 or maybe more? You could be like Juju when I switch to Southpaw. Harry Potter cause I should be in the South more. Dismissing the service. Samson, I brought the house down. Where's the lie? Got the Michael Jackson thriller. Bro, see sliced bread, spread the jam. From Niger to Brazil, everybody must be feeling. You understand?
Bro,
this is
when did you drop this song?
This is you know when superhero theme music, you know when superhero do they alive with cape, slow motion. You understand?
When did you drop this song?
It was late last year.
Late last year?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't reply.
Like
I didn't reply Wizkid on time like I was supposed to.
Okay.
I had to reply like 3 years later and everything.
Oh more.
But anyway, it wasn't really. It basically the song was not even. It wasn't. Let me correct the fact that it was not about Wizkid. That's just a line.
Okay.
Understand?
Okay.
Yeah, the song is called Tsunami. It's just me, like I was just basically thinking of like what's the biggest wave I can just use to just make a comeback with. You know, understand and all that.
But it's actually.
But don't call it a comeback.
It actually disputed the fact that as in what Wizkid said about hip hop.
Yes.
It's more like trash.
I just referred to that because I wanted to expatiate on that because I felt I felt slighted when that tweet came out. You understand? And I was like, why are you gonna say that? You know what I'm saying? It didn't make sense to me, so I was like, okay.
Wow. Bro, who is that girl on the?
Yeah, her name is Sunni. She's an amazing artist. Yeah, you need to check her out on Spotify and Apple. She's amazing. You know, she fuses. She does like Afro fusion and all that. She's amazing, you know. Yeah. So I got the song with the beat and the chorus. It was produced by Taye. Okay. Shout out to Taye.
Okay.
I heard the beat with the chorus and I had to sit down on the record for like a month before I wrote my lyrics. I'm telling you, I had to sit down because I was like, did you hear what he was saying? She was saying, you understand? You understand? So it was so amazing that I was like, what can I say to this that would be like?
Why do you think great songs like this with great content and everything don't trend like other songs that are not even having any serious content?
What do you really call a great song? End of the day, it's about the promotion, how well it was promoted. Okay. There's so many great songs that were not great songs because it was not promoted. Okay. You understand? And me as a music critic myself, I know so many songs that I remember like, this song was such a great song. You remember one song way back like this that was so popular? Some people don't even know. That's to show you how popular the song was, but nobody even knew the name of the band. It was a rock song. I don't know whether it was in Just that NEPA bring the light, something like that. Do you remember?
I think I know that song.
Yeah, and that song was so popular.
exactly.
A rock song in Nigeria.
Very
NEPA bring the light, that was so relatable about NEPA taking light.
Yes, exactly.
We don't to today. We don't even know the name of the band and everything. You get? And it was such a great song. You understand? And why was it not a great song? They did not promote it well. You get? Now, a song is a great song. First of all, you gotta get the song right. And I'm saying this for artists that are listening. Make sure you go to the studio and you get the song right first. That's the first assignment. Second assignment now is, how can you promote the song that it will be a great song? It's one thing to have the vision and then the song is great. Yeah. But a lot of great songs don't make it out.
Exactly.
You have to know how to project it well. If you understand. Okay. There's a reason why Thriller was one of the greatest songs and everything, because it had a video that sold you this concept. You understand? Michael Jackson was singing about zombies. Can you imagine? Sold you a horror movie.
Exactly.
You know, that was an interpolation of is it American Werewolf in London or something. You get, made a whole movie about it with John Landis, and it was a great epic. Till tomorrow, they're talking about Michael Jackson because of Thriller. It's one of his biggest albums, Abi. Yeah. So me as an artist, when I go into the studio, I'm thinking about things like that. So I don't want to just do basic songs. I want to do songs that will be, even after I'm not here or whatever, in the near future, people are listening to it like, wow, what did this guy think? You know, like how we think of Bob Marley when we listen to his songs, like
very true.
Fela the Great. I want to be like that.
I like that. So Terry Rapman is still very much around. That's what I deduct from this very sit down with Terry Rapman. He's still very much around. He's taking well care of himself, that he is this sound and still, you know, one thing with some artists, as soon as the person is off the limelight, gets so depressed that he goes into drugs and then gets his life so shattered and stuff. Yeah. And before you know it, you couldn't even do any business with such a person. But with you, this brother is still very much alive, sound, and healthy. And you see, when I engaged with him, I was like, hey bro, it looks like you're making conscious effort towards taking good care of yourself and ensuring that you stay in shape. Yeah. So
it's good you're mentioning this, because you know, I know a lot of people will be watching this, you know, including younger people as well. You know, saying, don't do drugs. Yeah. For real, don't do drugs. You know what I'm saying? It takes you to another place and everything, and it detaches you from reality and all that. You know what I'm saying? I remember I earlier spoke about suicide and everything. Nigeria is going through some of the worst period, and we're not thinking about the people. Okay. Nigerians cope with a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? So that's why they call us resilient people, because we turn everything to joke, our pain into joke and everything. But how much can we take? You understand? There are people that are actually jumping off bridges and everything, you get.
Exactly.
So, you know, we really need to sit down and start thinking of, are we going to just allow everything just go into flames? You understand? Or try and restructure and rebuild. All right? So that's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? Let's just try and find a way to just turn this negative into positive.
Okay. So, find a way to turn negative into positive. That's a message coming straight out from Terry Rapman, this beautiful woman, on Inside Live with your boy Shane the Magnificent. It's been a wonderful time having you here.
Yeah, man.
But just before we finally say goodbye, I will need you to talk to that young man or woman out there that is looking to tour your part and become as great and even better than you. So what would you say to such a person?
Yo, first of all, I just want to say hi, young world. The future is not gonna be smooth. It's not gonna get any better. But here's the good part: you guys have what it takes to change the future. You know what I'm saying? So what we need to do now is change the narrative. You know what I'm saying? We've already seen how it is, even in the great books, how the world is going to end and everything. But I still believe things can be changed. You understand? It all starts with mindset, how you want things to really be, and then you manifest it into real life and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know, you can go through the worst thing in the whole world, but two things happen. It's either you now become the worst person in the world or the best person in the world. Whichever one you choose wisely. All right? So on that note, make sure you work hard. There's no shortcut to success. With God by your side, you know, sky is the limit. All right? Terry Rapman says so.
Yeah, Terry in the building.
Yeah.
How can we follow you on socials? What are your handles?
You can follow me on my social media handles. I'm not on an X right now. My account got deactivated for some reasons. I don't know. But I'm on social media. I'm on Instagram as The Real Joe Spasm. TheRealJoespazm. All right. I'm on Thread with the same account handle, and on Facebook, simply known as Terry Madaki. Let me see. Where else again? Which other social media? I'm not on Snapchat too. Okay, on TikTok, you follow Joe Spasm, Joe Spaz, no M, Joe Spaz dot on TikTok. All right, that's JOESPAZ dot ONTIKTOK on TikTok. Thank you very much.